Hello and welcome to the program. This is Daily Politics on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. Tonight, we dive into some of the hottest political developments shaking Nigeria and its implications on the polity. We start right here in the Federal Capital Territory, where fresh tension is rocking the Labour Party, one of Nigeria's major opposition forces. On Friday, the Supreme Court threw out a ruling by the Court of Appeal that had recognized Julius Abure as national chairman of the Labour Party. In a unanimous decision, a five-member panel of the Apex Court ruled that the Court of Appeal overstepped its bounds, stating that issues of party leadership are strictly internal and outside the court's jurisdiction. But here's the big question. Will this Supreme Court verdict finally end the power tussle tearing the Labour Party apart since the 2023 elections? Well, to help us unpack this, we'll be joined by someone at the heart of it all. The National Secretary of the Labour Party, Comrade Umar Farouk, will be joining the conversation via phone from Kaduna this evening. And as you can imagine, it is a conversation that continues to polarize the stakeholders within the Labour Party, especially looking at what it means for the survival of the party ahead of 2027. Already, reactions are telling a rather disturbing story about how there is no common ground between the parties involved. As the National Working Committee says, look, the public has been led to believe that that verdict has sacked Abure, while in essence, from their own understanding, is that it only nullified the appeal court's verdict. Well, that appeal court's verdict is the one victory that the Abure-led National Working Committee of the Labour Party celebrated just a couple of months ago, when it affirmed his position as the national chairman of the Labour Party. And the Ninadi camp seems to say, well, the Supreme Court has affirmed their position that the current stay in office of Abure and the members of the National Working Committee is illegal, because according to the ruling of the Supreme Court, if the verdict of the appeal court is no longer valid, is null and void, what it means that Abure cannot necessarily be referred to as the national chairman of the Labour Party. Let's now speak to a man who has a big dog in the fight. The National Secretary of the Labour Party will be joining us shortly, but first, here's the interpretation by the Legal Counsel of the NCC, that is the National Caretaker Committee led by Senator Ninadi Usman. His thoughts.
By necessary implication, Julius Abure, from our understanding of the judgment, ceases to be the national chairman of the party, having outlived his tenure under the party's constitution. And the party, it was also before the court that the party had established and appointed a caretaker committee in his place, so that the two lower courts had no business whatsoever going into the case filed before the two lower courts.
What's your name?
So my name is Barrister Chinedu Eze.
Barrister Chinedu there, providing some context from his understanding of that Supreme Court verdict. Well, let's speak to the National Secretary of the Labour Party, who is joining us via phone from Kaduna this evening. Comrade Umar Farouk, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Let me just get your reaction from the explanation of the barrister in that track. The official statement from your camp is that nothing changes, the status quo remains the same. Why is that?
Well, Ahmed, thank you very much for having me. We have received the judgment from Supreme Court as, well-meaning, obedient, lawful Nigerians. We have no issue with that judgment. The Supreme Court, according to our own lawyers who were there in the court, further affirmed that the supremacy of the party should be sustained. All legal issue, no court should meddle into the affairs of a political party, because they are all internal affairs. So as such, in the first instance, there was no reason for INEC to go to take Labour Party to court. There was no reason for Nenadi to join INEC in the court. There was no reason for the higher court to, give a verdict, the same verdict that the Supreme Court has given, and for them to appeal. And when they appeal, the appeal court also say there are so many flora of judgments that have come into play in so many different, political parties cases that have been handled by Supreme Court, the appeal court and Supreme Court. So as such, the judgment, we have not yet laid our hand on the certified true copy. All what our people, most of these people are spewing is their own narratives. That is their own understanding of the judgment. If you remember when we had the appeal, the same thing these people were saying. The judgment was against us. I said, no, wait and see the certified true copy. That is when you see exactly what the judges have said. Have they said they sack Abure? No. Have they said they recognized Nenadi? No. Have they said that? No, they didn't say it. All they said is there was no reason for any party to have even taken the Abure-led, NWC and NEC to court.
Yeah, but comrade, pardon the interruption. The Supreme Court did say that the case that the NCC led by Nenadi Usman has merit. So it didn't dismiss their case to say that they don't have the merit.
Do you know what is the case? That is the issue. You have to see what did they file in their own case. What did they file?
I mean, they did say, among many other things, that your tenure has expired. And when they went to the appeal court, that was the victory that you got at the appeal court. So when the Supreme Court overrules the appeal court, meaning that your tenure has expired, I mean, isn't that an open and short case in black and white?
There is no any tenure expiration because there was a convention, and that convention was legally constituted and conducted. The only issue, INEC didn't monitor it, and there is no law that says INEC must monitor. No. INEC must. That is what they say.
Yeah, it says INEC. It said INEC shall.
Listen, the law says. Yeah. Party shall give INEC 21 days notice, which will have given them more than 21 days. Yeah. So as such, for someone to say there was no, they didn't recognize, that is their own thinking. And that was why the lower court, the high court, stated that no, INEC has no reason in the first place. And which, of course, even we are not even talking about court. No. We are talking now about who are the legitimate authority in the Labour Party. Abure and his late NWC members. All other people, as it is, let's assume they say they sack. So if they sack Abure, then who are the leadership of the party?
The National Caretaker Committee, led by Senator Nenadi Usman.
At all. That is myopic thinking for someone to even think National Care. Who constituted them? Which authority? Which authority? Because whatever you are going to use, you have to use the Labour Party constitution to cite leadership. So you have to use the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and also the Electoral Act to cite and institute leadership.
So comrade, why aren't you
in the Constitution of Labour Party did not even recognize any caretaker? There is nothing like caretaker.
Yeah, mainly because the
caretaker.
Yeah, mainly because the convention that you're alluding to that returned Abure, yourself, and the other members of the National Working Committee was not recognized by INEC, and neither was it recognized by key stakeholders within your party. Those same individuals that banded together to form the 27 to 29 member National Caretaker Committee of the Labour Party.
No, you can't. When you are alluding something is done illegitimately, then you are going to do another illegality to say that you are going to say something to work. It's not going to work. You see, my brother, what I am telling you is this: whatever happens, it has to come back to the Abure leadership, because it is only Abure leadership that can call for any meeting, no matter what, for anybody to recognize, because there shouldn't be any vacuum. There is no way in the leadership of any organization, a constitutionally, established organization, to have a vacuum in its leadership. It's not there.
Yeah, but according to this ruling, Abure ceases to be at least legally recognized national chairman of the Labour Party. Let me get to the question.
Are you privy to the certified true copy of the ruling?
Well, I'm privy to the information that is made public already.
See,
if I can just get to the question. If I can just get to the question, comrade. So the question here is, right, at the appeal court, when you won the victory, and we had this conversation here, and you were more than happy to take all of that glory because you believe you were in the right? And the Supreme Court, there is no other court of law in Nigeria that is higher than the Supreme Court, and it has overruled a lower court saying that it has no jurisdiction to entertain what the case was before it. And that case was what gave you further legitimacy to continue to exist as the National Working Committee of the Labour Party. So if the Supreme Court says that verdict that gives you the legal right to continue to exercise your power as the National Working Committee, doesn't it then make legal sense to say that if the Supreme Court says that verdict is null and void, that you cease to be the leadership of the Labour Party?
With due respect, I sincerely applaud the judgment of the Supreme Court. I do not have any issue with that judgment at all. And it concerns me. But what I want to tell you is this: the Supreme Court judgment does not affect the position of Julius Abure and his late NWC and Mike. You understand? It does not. What they are spewing is, look, wait for the certified true copy of that judgment to come out. Even that time when I came out, I told you were the one saying that, look, no, the judgment is not in our favor, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, let's wait for this. We have our own legal team in the court, and they cannot just come and tell us lies, because we are now the defendants. The accusers, of course, they should go and say anything. We have seen several people come and say they put their own narratives. They will just come and write their own narrative. If you don't know, since yesterday, the judgment was delivered when? Today. But since yesterday, this thing that was flying around in social media, they have started writing all these things in the social media, because that was what they want to spew. That's the narrative they want the people to do. So, but what we are saying is that let the Supreme Court give us a certified true copy of the judgment. After all, what is there? A leadership in any political party or any organization, we are not sit-tight leaders. All we are saying is that we are sit-tight to ensure the constitutionality and the independence of political party to decide their leadership, which the Supreme Court have affirmed. And if we are to go back, we have several other judgments that have affirmed the legitimacy of Julius Abure-led NWC. So we have no problem at all. So let us wait and see. Let us wait and see what is going to happen. Forget what the Supreme Court said. No, they have nullified that. They have nullified that. They have nullified that, because you did not see. There was not even any prayer for the energy or the energy-led so-called caretaker committee to be recognized as leaders of the party, because it is not there. And if they have even mentioned it there, the court will not have even taken it. And after all, when a court say we have dismissed all allegations, then what are they saying in essence? Come back to the status quo, at least, if that is even what they say. Come back to the status quo. And where was the status quo? Where were we? We were where Abure was the national chairman of the party. So then we had to come back there and then start afresh.
Comrade, at the heart of this legal battle is the question mark about the legality or the acceptance of that convention that returned Julius Abure as the national chairman of the Labour Party, alongside all the other executive or national working committee members of the Labour Party. According to the Nenadi camp, they obviously are saying that this is a good step in the right direction, although they are not trying to be triumphant. There is no victor, there is no vanquished. Give me a sense of, because obviously you were alluding to other previous judgments. We all know that the prevailing judgment right now that one can cite is a Supreme Court verdict. There is nothing else that can supersede that. Everything else that happened before now has been overruled by the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and in a unanimous manner, given merit to the case that the NCC, led by Nenadi Usman, is pursuing. And of course, they also dismissed your cross appeal that was filed as lacking merit. So away from the legal quagmire, I mean, I guess that you're saying that, listen, all the facts are not out yet, but I think for the most part, Nigerians get the gist of what this judgment means. Yes, we can wait for the certified true copy, but I think we understand the highlights of it.
Exactly, and I'm sure if your legal team are talking or going through this matter, they will not, feel the same way, other people are feeling. You see, Nigerians, we are in two divides now. There are fraud that are against. The people who are against us will try to say, oh, we are very happy. They said they have dismissed this and it's okay. But they didn't know the merit of what the judges are saying. The judges are not foolish people. They are wise men. They are wise men. When they say no, and when they caveat that, look, all issues of political parties are internal matters, and courts should not delve into it. And we have told you several times when I have interaction with you, I tell you, look, as far as the internal matter of the party is concerned, we are good to go, because we have not gone. The internal matter of this of Labour Party is being controlled, is being managed and properly guided by our constitution. And as long as we duly follow the constitution of the party, and also the Electoral Act, which gives INEC the power to monitor political party, if we do not violate it, then we are good to go. Nothing will touch us. We are good to go. I'm telling you. But let us wait for the certified true copy before anybody can go and say anything. But let us wait for the certified true copy of that judgment. Then from there, we'll see. If at the end of the day they say, no, this is it, then we have to come back to the drawing board. This is politics, my dear brother. So we are into it.
So you're saying nothing changes as far as the National Working Committee is concerned?
Absolutely. Nothing changes. Absolutely.
You don't think you have lost in any way, shape, or form?
How will I lose? How will I lose? Lose what? Lose what? I'm saying the national secretary of the party. Nobody loses anything.
Right.
Even if the whole thing now, assuming they say let's assume that look, hey, you are the district. I didn't lose. I'm still a member of the Labour Party, and I can still vie for any position in the Labour Party. You understand? And let's assume we here, we as the Abure-led National Working Committee, we are affirmed substantive. But they didn't lose anything.
Affirmed by who exactly? You can't say the appeal court, because that is null and void.
Look, what you are saying is that, see, all you are saying is you are right. You are reading from what the other people have written. That is what you are reading.
No, and I don't. I think that is the interpretation of what the journalists were privy to.
Ahmed, wait for the certified true copy of this judgment.
Yeah, okay. National Secretary, what did your lawyers tell you?
What they are doing. Don't worry about what other people are saying. All these people that are writing, they can write anything they want to say.
What did your lawyers say?
Their own narrative.
What did your lawyers say about the judgment to you?
I'm telling you, it's my own narrative. I'm entitled to it.
Yeah, but what did your lawyers say? What did your lawyers tell you, their understanding about this judgment and its implications on the status quo? What did your lawyers tell you?
It's as if you have not been listening to me. You understand? I've been talking to the listeners, and I'm very sure I have explained myself very clearly that they said the judgment, the Supreme Court affirmed that all the cases filed against Abure had been dismissed. They have been dismissed.
All the cases filed. So the idea of the appeal having merit, according to our understanding of this verdict, is misinformation. It's not true. That the Supreme Court unanimously said that the Nenadi-led camp have merit.
The appeal of Nenadi. Let me tell you what the Nenadi's appeal, what constitutes the appeal of Nenadi to the Supreme Court. Nenadi said the court has no jurisdiction. The court has no jurisdiction to entertain.
And the Supreme Court agreed.
Of course, yes. They don't have. If they don't have jurisdiction to listen, then what is our own problem? We are not the one that went to court. They are the one that went to court. So if after the passing judgment you say the court has no jurisdiction, we have no issue. We have no problem.
So as far as you're concerned, this whole exercise by the Nenadi-led camp is in futility, regardless of what the judgments might be interpreted as.
Well, I will, as a politician and as a party leader, honestly, I will tell you it is totally in futility. Totally. And give us like 1 week. I'm very sure the certified true copy will come out. And you will see, because I did not see where they come in as far as Labour Party constitution is concerned. I do not see where they come in. I do not see where anybody comes in to take the leadership of the party from Julius Abure. All I see that we should come together, which that is what we have been clamoring, and that is why up to today none of us have gone out, in attacking all what they have done, accusing them of this. No. We have been very humble. Very, we have handled every aspect of this crisis with absolute humility and with due respect to our principal, Peter Obi, and all the elected members. We have not taken any disciplinary action. And let me tell you, they have violated the constitution of the Labour Party. They deserve to be disciplined. But we say no. We say no. And I want to assure you, by the time the certified true copy of the case comes up, you will see who are really the leadership of the party.
So this is just one big giant misunderstanding or misrepresentation of facts. For the most part,
from who is misrepresentation? Who is misrepresenting?
I'm saying that in essence, that's what you're saying. Someone is misrepresenting the facts of the matter.
Well, that is what I'm telling you. Of course, you should expect that as a journalist. You should expect that. You should expect that. You are on the fence. That is where you are supposed to be, to listen to us, to listen to this. And I have told you that, look, wait, what you are trying to say is what they say is the truth. And I'm telling you it is wrong. I have my own, we have our own lawyers, and who are SAN also, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. So there, and they will not just come and lie to us. And they have their own. So at the end of the day, the only thing that will come and guide and kill the whole matter is the certified true copy of the judgment.
Well, it seems to me that you're convinced that regardless of what may come out of the certified true copy, that nothing changes either way. But let's talk about
I will say maybe if you have a preview to the copy of the certified true copy, then you are still thinking I'm not saying the correct thing.
No, I'm saying your assessment is very conclusive, to say the least, that it doesn't matter what the certified true copy.
I am very, very confident that, look, what the Supreme Court says, they are very right to say what they have said. But what I want to tell you that they have been misquoted. A lot of misquotation. by the other, faction, because they are very desperate to come and tell the whole world that they are in charge.
Okay.
You understand?
You laugh about it. You say they are desperate, and some would say they are being very civil and diplomatic. Even with their statement, they say no victor, no vanquish. This is a moment to heal.
It's a mere statement. Which kind of victor, no contest? That's why it's a mere statement. How have we been saying when we are saying that everybody should come and put the party together? Let us carry everybody together. Let us go and pull head together. We are calling all of them together. Why are you saying that I'm not civil? And you are saying I'm laughing?
Is this relationship between the Abure-led camp and the Ninadi-led camp dead, or is there a chance at revival? Because it doesn't sound to me as if there is any window of opportunity where you can negotiate out of the courts.
In politics, you understand, we are political parties administrators. Most of those people who have taken us to court are political parties candidates. They are candidates. So if they lose Labour Party, they can go to any other party. And I can tell you many other people will come to Labour Party.
Yeah, but last time I checked, you were a candidate before now, weren't you? So it doesn't make any difference. I mean,
but that doesn't mean when I become a political party administrator, then I shouldn't see things in different perspective.
Right.
Understand? So
but your argument against them cannot be that they are just candidates. Your argument against them cannot just be that they are candidates, and that's why they are on this mission.
I don't have issue when you say if you are going to the defensive, and I can go and say I don't have any issue if you call me I'm just a political party administrator, which I am, which I am.
Right. So apparently the Supreme Court decision has not necessarily put a nail in this coffin. This matter is not dead and buried. Give me a sense of what.
You see, all the media hides, all that thing that has been going on in the media. We are just watching it, and that is why I find it very, very necessary for me to grant you this interview, so that people will hear. We have issued our own statement. We have said our own understanding of the judgment. I don't have any problem for anybody to go and say this is how he understood his own judgment. You understand? This is what happens. Look, you can listen, because I want to assure you, if you had your legal correspondent in the court, I'm sure he will have told you different thing.
I think it's quite unanimous. It's quite unanimous. The general understanding of the ruling is one that favors the other side and not necessarily yours.
I know what I'm saying is that, you see, that is why I'm saying, look, they came out, all the quotation. Nobody has a written presentation of the court. Nobody had a recorded presentation of the judges. Nobody.
Yeah, but the lawyers were there, journalists were there. So it's not as if it was done in the absence of anyone. People were in the court for the delivery of the judgment. And we have it on record. It was a unanimous decision by the 5 justices.
And what did the judges say?
Oh, for one, I think we keep circling back to the same question, that the appeal court lacks the jurisdiction to determine who the national chairman of the Labour Party should be. That's one. And that the appeal by the NCC led by Ninadi Usman has merit.
There is no, see.
And your cross appeal lacks merit.
That's why I'm laughing. You understand? That's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at what you are saying. It is what you have read. That was what you are hearing.
What did you read, comrade? Did you read something else?
Sorry?
Did you read something else other than what I just said?
Definitely. Maybe you didn't read our own part of the story.
Well, yours is a party statement. I'm reading the facts of the matter as we understand it.
You don't want to. Maybe I'm not honorable enough to tell you the right thing, or for me to tell you, to believe in what I'm saying. And I'm telling you, I'm not telling you to believe. I'm telling our listeners You are asking me, you are interviewing me, and my duty is to tell the listener my own side of the story. You understand? And then you are asking me to tell them, but not interrogating me to say, okay, what I'm saying is wrong or what other person is saying is right.
Right. Okay. So away from the courts, because that was where I was leading to before you dragged us back to the legal quagmire. It looks like the only way out of this cul-de-sac for the Labour Party is a political solution. Are you even trying to explore that at this moment? Because it looks like a full-blown war.
No, absolutely. Absolutely, we are ready for that. That is what we have been doing. That is what we have been advocating, that we should come back and settle our matter politically. That is what we are, all these things, that is what we have been doing. So we are ready. There's no way, that is what exactly the court says. You understand? The court says, look, all what is going from the High Court to the Supreme Court, I mean to the Appeal Court, up to the Supreme Court that have finally nailed the whole, the whole matter. They say, look, you don't have to take all those steps. Go and settle your matter, in-house. It's a political decision. And that is what we are all saying. That is, we come back to what we were telling everybody. Come and sit down. So people who feel that, look, they cannot sit down and settle the matter, they think the court will give them judgment. Let us see. The court didn't give them judgment. We have never taken anybody to court. After all, we are the one that have been taken to court.
Yeah, you've won some, you've lost some, but I think you're not willing to accept the fact that you've lost some.
We have won all our cases in the court.
My point exactly.
The Supreme Court.
My point exactly. You're not willing to accept that you've lost some. But comrade, the question...
You know what I'm saying? Why would you lose? Where did I lose? In the High Court, I won. In the Appeal Court, we won. In the Supreme Court, they say no. There is no point for even anybody to take Labour Party to court. Even the action of INEC was illegitimate.
Yeah, we can talk about.
I want you to understand.
We can talk about the legal quagmire for the next 1 hour. I get the sense that you're not going to make any concessions in that area, but
it's not issue of concession. You see what I'm saying? I've given you an answer. That look, wait. You could have just allowed that one. We should talk on any other matter. But because I said let us wait for the certified true copy. All we are saying now, you are just brainstorming ourselves. You understand? Saying that, okay, what these people said and what I said. So it is what I said versus what they say. And what that one is the final, written judgment, certified true copy of the written judgment that will clarify that.
What is the certified?
For me and you now, I'm not in any way. I'm not even trying to, make you believe that what I'm saying is the right thing. And rather, I'm even telling you, don't believe what they are telling you until you get the certified true copy. And if you do that, then you are not being just to me.
Hypothetically speaking, comrade, you always say I'm not being just to you, and I wonder why. Hypothetically speaking, what if the certified true copy confirms your worst fears, that what I'm saying, what is in the news, is actually the facts of the matter? What then?
I don't have any issue to tell you. I'm sorry. I apologize if I offended you. Is there anything wrong with that?
No, I'm asking if with regards to the Labour Party, don't worry about me. With regards to the Labour Party, if the certified true copy confirms your worst fear, that you have actually lost in the interpretation of this judgment, what then?
I'm telling you, the certified true copy will not come in the way you are putting it. It is not going to come in the way that you are aware, because I've not seen us losing that battle. I've not seen us losing it.
Okay. Have you taken stock of the atmosphere within the Labour Party, and you've engaged the feelings of your members towards this crisis and what it has apparently cost the Labour Party? Have you taken stock of the damage this crisis has cost you?
Well, you say damage. I have not seen any damage. Our members, Labour Party loyalists, are intact, and they are very, very happy with what is going on. They are very happy with the leadership of Barrister Julius Abure. They are very happy with what is going on. All we know is that there are some medulla interlopers that have come in to destroy Labour Party. And unfortunately, we didn't give them their chance. You understand? So Labour Party, if a Labour Party, as I'm telling you, any genuine Labour Party member is very happy with what is going on. And if in any adventure, whatever happened, in the contrary, then I'm telling you, genuine Labour Party is a member is not going to celebrate it.
Okay.
Because we know, listen to me, we know that some people who have come and joined the Labour Party in just some few months ago, you understand, are the one that have been desperately, you understand, trying to see that they take over the soul of the Labour Party.
Is Mr. Peter Obi and Governor Alex Otti, would you categorize them under genuine, loyal Labour Party members, or are they interlopers?
Well, you see, I don't want to, because there is no Peter Obi or Otti in the name of those people who have taken us to court.
Yeah, but they formed them. They formed them.
Formed what?
They formed, the NCC has the blessing of Governor Alex Otti. They also have the blessings of Peter Obi, who said this is all to right the wrongs that have been done in Labour Party. So clearly they are on the side of the NCC.
Ahmed, I want to tell you that Peter Obi did not even stay for quite 30 days when he left PDP and he came to Labour Party. We gave him ticket.
Yeah, but how does that answer the question, comrade? Is he a genuine Labour Party member or is he an interloper? That was the question.
Well, I think that answer that question should go to him. He is the one to say so.
Right, but you were trying to categorize two sets of people. You say genuine Labour Party members are in support of what Julius Abure is doing.
Why do you choose Peter Obi and Otti?
Yeah, because they formed the NCC, which is causing you the problems and sleepless nights, I can imagine.
I'm very happy you say they are causing us problem. I'm very happy you identify them that they are problem.
I didn't say they are the problem. I said they are causing you problems.
They are causing problem to the party.
Right.
They are causing problem to the party.
Right. So you don't have anything against Peter Obi or Alex Otti, who formed the National Caretaker Committee?
Absolutely, I don't have anything against them. If they come to the party, if they wish to, they can form anything they want to form, as long as they didn't go contrary to what is in the party. We are okay with them. We continue to work with them. Peter Obi is still a member of the party. He has said it several times. But you know, for Otti, he has already gone far. He has already gone far. He's in marriage with Zenith Labour Party. And I can tell you, you know, for free, that he has gone, and even when the local government election was taking place, he uses Zenith Labour Party.
Right. So, comrade, it looks like other political parties. It looks like other political parties are closing ranks, trying to tidy up loose ends as the conversation for 2027 heats up and gains some momentum. How do you see this ending? I know I keep asking you this question every time we talk about the leadership crisis within the Labour Party. How does this end for your party?
Well, it has come to an end. The Supreme Court has ruled, and nobody can go outside what the Supreme Court has ruled. We have to obey it. We are good citizens of Nigeria.
So you think they're all going to fall in line?
Sorry?
Do you think the NCC is just going to fall in line and accept their fate? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if they like, they should come. If they don't like this, then they have the, you know, we have 19 political parties. We have 19 political parties, and you can see there are so many criminal carpet crossing that is going on. Mala Erufai have just left APC. He has been served as a governor for 8 years, having served as a minister in the PDP for 8 years, served as a governor in APC, for 8 years, and now he has crossed to SDP. So what's the big deal about carpet crossing?
So you're encouraging them to leave if they are not happy?
Honestly speaking, if anybody is not, there's no need for you to stay with a gruntled, disgruntled elements in your ranks.
There are some. Every time we have this conversation in the comment section, people are always saying this about the Aburule National Working Committee, that if he reads the room, if he takes the temperature, the pulse of the Labour Party followership, he will understand that he's not an accepted leader of the party at this moment in time. Are those people who are saying this misguided? What do you think about the rhetoric that continues to trail these developments?
You know, Ahmed, I want to tell you, Labour Party has different types of followers. There are those followers that are truly Labour Party, and there are those followers that have already classified themselves as truly obedient. So those Labour Party, truly Labour Party followers are there with us because they are Labour Party. Those who are obedient, they are already following Peter Obi, and they feel his force. So if anybody says, no, I'm not happy about what this so person is saying, of course, you should look at what category of person he is. And for goodness sake, there is nothing wrong in me as the National Secretary of the Labour Party to feel bad about what is happening in the Labour Party. But I have to make a concerted effort to see that I write it. You understand? Not to go and destroy it. You understand? After having to work, for presidential campaign, gubernatorial campaign, some people who have won their elections, and now you just come and say, look, one day these people are bad people. How? What makes you a good person? What makes you a good person? Go and ask, I have said this several times. I also tell you for free, Malamat, that go and ask Oti, since he was elected as a governor of Abia State, what contribution has he made to the leadership of the Labour Party?
Do you think this line? Yeah, just let me get the question to you, comrade. Do you think this line of questioning, one of your key stakeholders, a serving governor, is helping the Labour Party? Some would say, why are you washing your dirty laundry in public? Like challenging the governor, for instance.
I am not. I'm just saying the truth. Look, my friend, I don't want to be hypocritical. You understand? I'm not a hypocrite. I'll tell you for free. What they are doing is wrong. They can't manage political party like that. You just come there, you use us, get to where you want to go, and then you say no. You come and say you want to destroy us, and then no, it's not done that way. And you expect me to just keep quiet so that I shouldn't be seen washing dirty lady? Which dirty lady am I washing? Understand? I'm just telling you. So do your own now. So look, my brother. You see, this issue of Labour Party, the best leadership of Labour Party is what we are. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
All right. What is best for the Labour Party at this moment, if I can clearly deduce from what you're saying, is for the current National Working Committee to steer the affairs of the Labour Party, and whatever the cost may be, if it means losing some followers just to steady the party, that is what exactly you're determined to do. But as far as the political tool of conflict resolution is concerned, help me understand if you have set up a reconciliatory committee or reconciliation committee to help address this issue. Since this debacle started last year, what have your leadership done? What has the leadership done to try to mitigate the fallout within the Labour Party? Hello, comrade. Hello, comrade. Okay, it appears that we've lost our connection to Comrade Umar Farouk, the National Secretary of the Labour Party there for a moment. We're going to work on that to try to get him back so they can finish his line of thought. We're talking about the Labour Party crisis. The recent verdict of the Supreme Court has caused quite another serious debacle, you might say, where the interpretations have again polarized stakeholders within the Labour Party. The Nenadi camp of the National Caretaker Committee say this is a win for democracy. This is going to stop the bleeding within the Labour Party. And of course, I think we have Comrade Umar back on the line. Hello, Comrade, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very clear now.
Okay, good to have you back. You were saying something. Just finish your line of thought there for a moment.
Yes, you asked me for any issue in any consideration of the Conciliation Committee. See, that is what we have expected, the entire crisis to take place. We don't have to come to this level. We have reached out to all of them and told and asked them and informed them and tell them, look, where you are going, it is not going to lead the party anywhere. It will only damage your reputations, our reputation, all of us. We just come and fight ourselves, and we'll be clutched in the blood, and the whole will be seeing us. And that is what is happening. And it's not good for either of us. Myself as the National Secretary, Julius Abura as the National Chairman, Peter Obi as the presidential candidate, Governor Oti as the governor. If they cannot sit down at the high level where they are and then bring us and say, look, this is what is the problem. Let us get out of this quagmire. How do we do this thing? We have reached out to each and every one of them, and God is my witness. And that is why I've told you, after when they have already committed all the illegalities as far as our constitution is concerned, we didn't say anything. We only tell them that, look, don't do that. We even stop other people from even writing, giving us any different, our members from attacking or mentioning anything. But you see what is happening now. Up to tomorrow, up to today, people are coming out saying this, saying that, saying that. So, at the end of the day, conflict resolution mechanism of the party is there intact. We have set it off. Who avoided it? We have set it off with a very, very profound, prominent Nigerians, professors. We ask them, look, come and intervene. But what is happening? So at the end of the day, who loses? You understand? Whatever that's going to happen now, at the end of the day, who loses?
Okay.
In any case, I can tell you, the party will suffer. You understand? The leadership of the party will suffer. But I'm telling you, the end losers are the candidates. Because they are the ones who are going to lose respect from their constituents, they are the ones who are going to lose all the whatever I say. And even if they are planning to go to another political party, say, look, this is what the people who have created these crashes in the Labour Party.
Okay. Just before we go,
the Labour Party, and they are coming to scatter our own party. This is what is going on. You can hear it.
Right. All right. The Labour Party caucus in the House of Representatives on Friday welcomed the decision, as they say this is the right step forward because from their understanding, they have noted that Abure's exit would bring stability and reinvention to the party. So it's safe to say that the lawmakers on the platform of the Labour Party in the House of Representatives, their understanding of this is that Abure has been sacked as the national chairman of the Labour Party. But I guess you would say that they are greatly misunderstanding the facts of the matter. Comrade, I would love for us to continue, but that is all the time we have for now. Thank you most kindly for joining us. We hope to have you in person, hopefully for the next conversation in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It will be my pleasure when I have the certified true copy of the judgment, and it will be my pleasure for you to come and fling it also for our listeners and viewers to see.
Looking forward to that, Comrade. Thank you so much for joining us. All right.
Thank you. My pleasure. Bye-bye.
That is our show for you tonight. Thank you most kindly for joining us on Daily Politics. We'll be back on Sunday for yet another edition of the program with Sunday Politics. For now, do enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. We'll see you soon.